Morning, warriors! Doesn't it feel like the sky is falling? What if I told you that that was by design? What if I start to connect the dots for you and get you to critically think about everything? I'm trying to get you to question everything you're seeing. I'm trying to help you understand that as you look at a pandemic this way, there's a massive narrative happening this way. And I'll tell you what, warriors, it's not to benefit you. So I'm going to show you something. There was news that came out last night, and XRP holders are freaking out. I'm getting messages from the dozens and dozens of messages I woke up to. And it didn't even make me blink. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you are part of a political theater. Everything you're seeing is a theater. And what happens is you, your friends, your mom, your dad, your grandma and grandpa see an article and they take it as fact. Well, I want you to understand that the media system and the education system was designed for you not to win. And I'm just this warrior coach that's opening up your mind and awareness because my brain thinks differently. And I stopped believing the narrative about 9 years ago when I was an executive banker. And I started to question everything. And those things that I question have now been the platform that I help people open up their eyes and awareness to the possibilities for them as human beings. And so some news came out, but I'm going to position news a little bit differently. A lot of the XRP YouTubers are going right into it, which is fantastic. But I'm going to take you on a little journey around our education system. Now, before I do this, I want to make it very clear that I think teachers are one of the most valued assets we have in our society. So I want to praise all the teachers out there. This is not a shot against teachers. Teachers are taking care of our kids. They're raising our children. And they're doing the best they can with the limited resources they have. The education system they're teaching has been rigged, though. And I'm going to break this down for you guys. And hopefully this will open up your mind. Now, I always tell my warriors, don't believe a word I say. Question everything I say. Question me down in the comments. Share your knowledge. Say what you mean, but just don't say it mean. Let's rise and grow together. So I want to make that very clear. We have teachers in our academy that are amazing, amazing teachers. But we're all regurgitating the information that we get from the media, from what we learned in our education system. And I'll tell you what, the education system has been rigged so that you make rash decisions. So that when XRP holders saw the news last night, let me get out of the market, let me get out of the market. That's called being a weak investor. It's all by design. I'm going to buy a ton more XRP because of this news. I do the opposite of everything. The opposite of everything the media tells me. And I've been winning like crazy. So first I'm going to share with you the education system, who it was designed by. I'm going to share with you who owns the media companies and how it's gone from 50 media companies down to 6 conglomerates. And then I'm going to share with you the news that came through last night for Ripple XRP. And I'm going to share with you why I'm buying a bunch more XRP because of the news. Okay, so first, I want you to understand the General Education Board. So the Rockefellers Foundation, the Rockefellers are part of creating our education board. And I want to share with you who Frederick Taylor Gates is. He was the business advisor for John D. Rockefeller. If you don't understand who the Rockefeller family is, you need to research this. Now, this is a General Education Board around 1903. The Federal Reserve was created in 1913, which is a group of the richest people in the world who still control our world. Remember, the World Economic Forum was created in 1971. We detached from the gold standard in 1971, and now we're dealing with a pandemic that's called the Great Reset. This has been planned for a long time, but I want to read this to you. This is what Taylor said, the country school of tomorrow. Okay, this is what Frederick Taylor said. The General Education Board of 1903 that created our education system. He's the business advisor for John D. Rockefeller. So this is what he said about developing your education system and the reason why you react the way that you do. In our dream, the people yield themselves with perfect docility to our molding hand. We shall not try to make these people or any of their children into philosophers or men of learning of science. We are not to raise them up among authors, orators, poets, or men of letters. We shall not search for embryo great artists, painters, musicians, nor will we cherish even the humble ambition to raise up from among them lawyers, doctors, preachers, politicians, statesmen, of whom we have ample supply of. So where I take that in my interpretation is that they've already picked the elites. They already have the elites. They don't need more of them, right? For the task that we set forth before ourselves is very simple, as well as very beautiful one. To train these people as we find them for perfectly ideal life just where they are. They don't want you thriving. An idyllic life under the skies, this is a trip, and within the horizon, however narrow, where they first open their eyes. So as you come into your schooling system that was designed, the history that was created for you to follow a system, the way they design the school classes is a system to get you not to think outside the box. And guess what? Back in these times when someone challenged the status quo, they got squashed. And now we're in an environment where they know that we have the ability to use these platforms, and that's why they're sensitizing us, or censoring us, excuse me. So that's what he stated about the education system, the business advisor for John D. Rockefeller, okay? The Rockefeller Foundation, the General Education Board. The General Education Board was devoted to the cause of improving education throughout the United States. Its effort included a number of key innovative focusing on public education in the South and to improve medical education. But you heard what he said. You can read through all this stuff, okay? So let's go a little bit further. So the education system, I've known this for a long time since I started going down the rabbit hole, is designed for you not to win. It's time for you to go to school, get a job, get your health insurance, stay in debt, stay in the vicious cycle of making sure you buy a bunch of Christmas presents and you fight to pay it off by next year, and then you stack it up, and then you get in debt, and you just stay in this vicious debt cycle. Our whole America runs off debt. They know that. They have you in a vicious cycle, and you need them. You need the $600 stimulus check. What I'm trying to teach you to do is to break free from that paradigm, warriors. Okay, so let's break this down. Okay, so this is from, what is this from? This is from pbs.org, okay? So this is really important to understand. So, who owns the media? Who owns your media? Think about this. With the country's wildest dimensions on the news, commentary, and ideas firmly entrenched among their small number of world's wealthiest corporations, it may not be surprised that the news and commentary is limited to an unprecedented narrow spectrum of politics. Okay? So it says, like all reliable watchdogs, the media are expected to bark, but when its many-faceted voice is owned by the small number of corporations, master concerns about its willingness to keep barking arise. The trend of media conglomerates has been steadily. In 1983, 50 corporations controlled most of the American media, including magazines, books, music, newsfeed, newspaper, movies, radio, television. By 1992, interesting, there's a lot of things that, 1992, the number had dropped by half. By 2000, 6 corporations had ownership of most media, and today, 5 dominate the industry. Time Warner, Disney, Murdoch's, News Corporation, Bertelsmann, Germany, and Viacom. With markets branching rapidly into international territories, these few companies are increasingly responsible for deciding what information is shared around the world. Look at this picture right here. As your kids go through an education system that does not want to make them scholars, they're watching the Disney movies. Fox, USA Today, and Viacom is feeding the adults. The schooling system's feeding the kids, and so is Disney. And then we come up to our world, right? And then we get this news of the cryptocurrency firm Ripple expected to be sued by the SEC. XRP plunges. Good, good, good. Thank you, God. Please let it plunge. Please, weak investors, run for your lives. Because guess what? We're going to be stacking it up. Kev and I are going to be stacking up XRP today because this is what you've been trained to do. You've been trained to follow this political theater as the gentleman, I'm not going to, Jay, the guy from the SEC on his way out, he's going to ramp up this whole XRP thing. But here's the thing, warriors. You don't need the U.S. for XRP. The U.S. is a small portion of XRP's success. And it's just a political theater. It's part of the whole political theater. As the U.S. fiat currency crashes, as U.S. investors are running into China, Japan, Asian stocks, as we're moving into cryptocurrency, as they tell you that cryptocurrency is a fraud and they're buying into cryptocurrency, as PayPal tells you it's a fraud a year ago and now they run cryptocurrency on their platform, as Jamie Dimon, Chase Bank, who's one of the elites, tells you that cryptocurrency is a fraud and now they have their own blockchain. Wake up, warriors. Since you were a child in your education system, the media is telling you what to do, and they're just throwing these shots at you guys, trying to get the weak investors out of cryptocurrency so they can stack their bags. XRP is going nowhere. The SEC is set to bring lawsuits against Ripple, claiming the company violated laws against selling unregistered securities. We've already heard this narrative, blah, blah, blah. It's over and over again. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said SEC suit was fundamentally wrong as a matter of law, and fact, and question its timing. XRP declined sharply following the news, expected SEC suit, with the cryptocurrency falling 17%, around 46 cents. Good, good, good. Buy it up. Don't be a weak investor. So I love this from Brad Garlinghouse. So this is Brad Garlinghouse. So Japan's FSA has already made it clear that XRP is not a security. I'm optimistic that Ripple will prevail in the final ruling of the U.S. SBI Holding remains a steadfast partner to Ripple and looks forward to expanding together in Asia. Why do you think Warren Buffett, please listen to me, warriors, Trump allowed Warren Buffett to take American Express into China? The first time ever. Warriors, the whole fabric of America is shaking right now. We are heading into unprecedented times. You have to stop following the bullshit media narrative. You have to start opening up your eyes. You have to understand who the players in the game are. When you know the players, you can't be played. When you know the game, you can't be played. This is, warriors, I was so excited to see this. I had a completely opposite reaction as everybody else. I was like, good, let's go. This is amazing. Okay, this is wild. So this is Stuart Alderody. He's a lawyer. This guy's a beast. He's at Ripple. In 2015, the U.S. government concluded XRP was a virtual currency already. This is all political theater. Last I checked, the SEC is still part of the government. Here's the plus side. The industry will finally get the clarity it deserves. Goodbye. How we test. Hello, Ripple test. This is awesome. So guys, this stuff makes me laugh. Sorry. Today, the SEC voted to attack crypto. Chairman Jay Clayton, in his final act, as on his way out the door, throws one Hail Mary, is picking winners and trying to limit U.S. innovation. It's just a political theater, warriors. Please hear me on this. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm about to buy more Ripple. Kev, you getting more Ripple? We're getting more Ripple, warriors. Stop believing the narrative. You don't have to believe a long-haired hippie over here in Arizona, but I'm telling you, warriors, if you want to know the game, I will teach you how to play it. I was in the banking system. I understand the banking system. I'm a business owner. I've been played by this media. I've been played by all this. I will never be played anymore. I teach warriors how to open up their mind and awareness and surround them with a community of people who are like-minded. So if you want to join our free Facebook group, click the link down below. If you want to join the Warrior Academy, you can get started today. You get access to my exact portfolio, exactly what I'm doing in the quantum financial system. We show you new projects coming out. We have a cryptocurrency call every single week. We also give you access to our mindset coaching, nutrition plan. You work out with us live daily. This is about opening up your mind and helping you protect yourself and your family. 5 companies own the media. This gentleman right here wants you, that create your education system, does not want statesmen, does not want politicians, does not want people to rise up. Warriors, it's time for us warriors to rise. Comment Warriors Rise if you made it all the way. Warriors Rise.